Allah, Alhayin Hawa Yahweh, Shim Hawa Shah Hamashiach, wa Malaki, Shim Hawa Rabakakurash, Barakathum, the water Bible, Ball, Home Yashra, fields and bishops of great millstone teachers daily, to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine in the city of Shalom. Today we're going to get into this video that I came across today, and it's called America Was Great When They Were Able to Rob/Kill Black People. Now, this video was made by Edomite. Well, I don't know if it's Edomite, might be a confusion in face, but bird, because, Edomites don't really rat themselves out for real. They got this secret code, to uphold each other's lives. And that's the biggest obstacle on Esau's itinerary list. His number one thing is to protect his lives instead of running the planet the way a ruler should. So, and he's very, very, what's the word? Fragile. That's why you get that word white fragility. Because they're fragile. They stay in their feelings. They've been in their feelings for the past 2,000 years, bro. That's why they're trying to turn everybody as weak as them, I would say. By declaring war on everything, declaring war on masculinity, declaring war on life, period. That's why they are unfit to rule. These people are harvesters of death. They are merchants of death. They profit from death. And you're going to see in this video all the atrocities that they're trying to hide it and call it critical race theory. There's nothing theoretical about it. All this stuff actually happened. Therefore, these are critical race facts, if anything. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and pull up the video. It's about a minute of some change, and then we're going to bring out the proof. Now, this video is called America Was Great When They Were Able to Rob, Kill Black people. And one thing I noticed is that all their aggression is aimed at us. No other nationality or race, only us. They constantly lie on us, false accuse us, demonize us. And why is that, Mike? Because the Lord put enmity between Jacob and Esau. We are descendants of them. We are descendants of Jacob. The Edomites are descendants of Esau. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not seeing it. Wait. This might be. This scripture basically explains why Esau is like he is. Basically because he's a carnal man. Carnal means physical. There's nothing spiritual about you. If you don't see it, hear it, touch it, taste it, then you don't believe it. That's Esau. He needs evidence, proof of anything. Otherwise, he does not believe. Whereas we are spiritual people. We have faith. We don't have to see it, believe it. See it, touch it, taste it, hear it, smell it to know that it exists. Because the spirit world manifests itself unto us. That's it. Only Israelites. Nobody else can receive it. And let's get Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity with Yahweh, For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. See, if you are a carnal person, the Lord is not going to reveal himself unto you. That's why Esau does not believe, because the Lord hadn't revealed himself unto him. But he reveals himself in the lives of Israelites all the time. Now, let's let this video play, then we're going to bring out the scriptures.
After the Civil War, black people started making communities where they could accumulate wealth. Organizations like the KKK and white supremacists decided that didn't get to exist. Places like Black Wall Street, Rosewood, multiple others were burned to the ground and everyone was killed. Anyone that survived, all of their information was burned inside their houses. When black people went to the banks to retrieve their money to rebuild everything, the bank said, no, all of their bank cards have been burned. They couldn't get their money back. All of those banks still exist and still have all their money, and it's all accumulated wealth. White people from that particular time in that area were able to get their money back. This is why reparations are necessary to atone for our actions.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. I think that's all of it, though.
We literally created poverty on purpose for multiple people. After the Civil War.
Okay. Now, y'all heard that, right? All the crimes against us, even though we didn't do shit to them. Now they're trying to hide it all, trying to call it a theory. No, it's actually happening. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16, thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. See, they at once upon a time, they were proud of doing all this shit to us. Now we throwing it back in their face. Now they feel some kind of like they always do when the truth come out. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they prescribe. Unrighteous laws to keep us at the bottom and keep them at the top. That's not a righteous rule. Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. Through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Through his policy, through his laws. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many with his laws. That ink pen. He shall also stand against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Now let's get Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will not he not learn righteousness. See, it's not in them. That's why they are unfit to rule. Because they allow their emotions to run them. That's a weakness, especially for a man. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Why he won't behold the majesty of the Lord? Because it was not given to him. The Lord does not want Esau to praise. As a matter of fact, Esau's prayers are an abomination to the Lord. He don't even hear their prayers. And this is this scripture right here describes Esau as being a child. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, with thy king as a child. And they and the princes eat in the morning. Now let's get some hardcore scriptures to substantiate everything they did, and he said they did in this video. Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 31. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. And y'all can do all this bullshit all you want to. It's all it's gonna do is come back and bite you in the ass. But see, Esau's stupid like that. He don't think just because he hadn't got punished yet, the Lord is with him. Okay, we're gonna see. Psalm chapter 72, verse 4. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy and shall break in pieces the oppressor. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 18. The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. Sirach chapter 14, verse 7. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. See, Esau, like I said, he does not know how to live and let live, as you can see from this video. He needs an enemy. If he can't find one, he's going to create one, or he's going to lie on you and make you one. Now, let's see what else we got. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Job chapter 30, verse 8. They were children of fools, your children of base men, they were viler than the earth. Psalm chapter 7, verse 4. Behold, he travaileth in iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and have brought forth falsehood, lies, false accusations. That's one of his majors. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. As for the scoundrel, his devices are evil. He plans wicked schemes, rules the poor with lying words, even when the plea of the needy is right. Sirach chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou hast nothing, he will forsake thee. Yeah, he's going to use you for your services and not pay you. And there's a scripture on that too. But let's get Psalms chapter 58, verse 2. Yet in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Now let's get another scripture. All right, we're going to Ezekiel chapter 35. Because Esau, he has to learn that he's not going to be in rulership forever. His rulership is coming to an end as we speak. Let's start at this chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. See? But see, Esau, he's a bloody man. He has a bloodthirst. After our slavery was over, he crunk up on the murders. So that's why the Lord is he's about to smash his ass. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Verse 7. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it that passes out, and him that returns. So yeah, he finna see the Lord he finna flip it on Esau. Esau loves murder, right? He loves it. Can't get enough, especially murdering us. Now the shoe is about to be on the other foot. and he's going to make blood pursue them. Let's let the video play again.
Where black people started making communities where they could accumulate wealth. Organizations like the KKK and white supremacists.
See that flag? This is Edom. That's one of their symbols. That eagle and that flag. So whenever you see one of the two, you can expect Edomites. But see, for some reason, the KKK was legal. They let the government tell them they didn't break no laws. As a matter of fact, the government had a hand in bombing Tulsa, Oklahoma, and bombing the black parts of Philadelphia. The FBI played a part along with Chicago Police Department, and they murdered Huey P. Newton or Bobby Seale, one of them. The other one they infiltrated like Malcolm X. See, they got it. One of their main agendas is to keep us at the bottom by any means, because they know who we are. Now, mind you again, that they don't point their hatred at no other race. So yeah, they know who we are. Psalm chapter 73, verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Psalm chapter 73, verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Now let's go again.
Decided that didn't get to exist. Places like Black Wall Street, Rosewood, multiple others were burned to the ground, and everyone.
Look it up. Black massacres. Most of these happen in the South. See, Vicksburg, Tulsa, Springfield, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Washington, Philadelphia, Wilmington, North Carolina, Atlanta, Birmingham. I know some stuff happened in Birmingham when they bombed the 16th Street Baptist Church. Just to name one out of many. You got Charleston. Was that Eufaula? Yep. Camilla. I can't read that. Rosewood, Florida. St. Bernard Parish, New Orleans. I can't read those kind of spots. But yeah, these people are violent. But they got the nerve called Indian savages. I heard an Indian say if we were really savages, we would have cut their scalps as soon as they pulled up on the ships. But instead, they extended a helping hand to show love. And what did Esau do? He murdered them and took their shit. And that's described in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. I just read it. Let's get it again. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Their favor will be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Let's get some more.
Was killed. Anyone that survived, all of their information was burned inside their houses.
Why didn't anybody go to jail? Because this is obvious arson / murder / theft / robbery. Nobody goes to jail. I will tell you why. Because of Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, because the faces of the judges thereof not wherein who is he. That's why all this wickedness is allowed, especially when the wicked is in charge. You cannot expect righteous judgment from wicked people like Edomites, especially towards you, Jake. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusts and so is his wickedness. Now let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 11 and 12. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away. That go along, don't trust. Okay, verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he will stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. He gonna always prove he's Esau, but he gonna lie about his identity. His actions always prove it. That's why we say his spirit testifies against him. Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. See, taking your life ain't enough for Esau. He got to take your land. He got to take your shit. He got to demonize you. He got to pickle body parts and drink blood and cook. Edomites got a cookbook for so-called black people. But he swears up and down he's the most intelligent. No, you're not. Because when color comes into the picture, which he created, it's a social construct. There are no black or white people in the Bible. When color comes across the table, this man loses all the humanity that he has, if he has any, because he turns into a beast. Soon as somebody of color comes on the scene, all that logic shit goes out the window. He gets his feelings, and somebody gets murdered. Nobody goes to jail. That's an animal. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. How many times have he did that? With this jab, with Tuskegee. What did Ronald Reagan say? The nine most dreadful words any person could hear. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. The government ain't never Edomites. I'm saying those things. Yeah, these are animals, man. Check it out, Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Who possess and slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they say that, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. That's why they think the Lord is on their side, because they have been punished. Yeah, we don't that too. But we uncovering his secret places. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. I have made Esau bare, I have covered his secret place, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, but he is not. That's because he's the one doing the spoiling. Spoiling means rob. Yeah, and this, see, another thing about Esau, he lies to himself and he believes his lies. This is how he rationalized murdering the Indians and taking their land. Because he figured that he came up with this on him. He came up, he's very creative. He come up with a lot of bullshit. But he stated that the Indians were not considered human. So therefore it was not considered murder. See what I'm saying? That's why he put that label savage on. But who's the savage, Esau? You the one can't keep your hands to yourself because you steady stealing shit. You can't stop murdering. You can't stop eating people, drinking blood. Who's the savage? Matter of fact, he's the bottom of the barrel. He's a base man. Let's get it. He's the lowest human that exists. But he prides himself on lying. So I mean, he's the most intelligent. come up with all these bullshit ass tests to exalt him and keep you down like IQ. That is not a measure of anybody's intelligence. Let me see. Let's get base man. Base man meaning. See, they changed it in Google. They trying to make it reference baseball. No, that's not a base man. Matter of fact, let me go to the description. See, he go above and beyond to hide his identity. Job chapter 30, verse 8. They were children of fools, your children of base men. They were violent in the earth. But they are the lowest of all humans. That's why you see these animalistic characteristics coming out of them, because they're referring back to their natural state. With rabbit ears, all kind of little animal ears. You got Edomites running like horses, jumping obstacles, having sex with animals, identifying themselves as being animals, which they are. Yeah, they all these animalistic characteristics is coming out of them. Job chapter 15, verse 35, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare mischief. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. Nobody did anything to this man, but look what it says he's gonna do. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. He broke over 500 with the Indians alone. And they still trust him. What the hell? This is Psalm chapter 73, verse 5, 26. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Just violence, just animals, man. Jude chapter 1, verse 8, likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Now, check this out. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. The think tanks. Now, verse 2 is the catch. Check it out. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man in his heritage. See all these black massacres in these towns. They taking people land, taking people houses because he saw the covetous man. There's nothing more wicked than the covetous man. Even though he got a house, he don't want you to have a house. He can't sleep at night if y'all on the same level. That's how wicked this man is. He does not know how to live and let live. If he's on the same level with an Israelite, he ain't having that. He's gonna do some dumb shit, either take away what you got or he gonna steal some shit to elevate himself because they equate gain to godliness. The more shit you got, the more divine you are. That is not the case because most of these Edomites are so broke that all they have is money. They don't have anything else attached to their character, anything. And that's why this is about to happen. Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, The kingdom is translated from one people to another. The Lord is about to destroy this place they stole. And he's about to give the Israelites rulership over the whole planet. And you Edomites are about to go into captivity. Psalm chapter 94, verse 21. They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lie wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. It's KKK, the cops all day.
People went to the banks to retrieve their money to rebuild everything. The bank said, no, all of their bank cards have been burned. They couldn't get.
See, so they burned down their houses, stole their property, stole their money. That's Esau right there. He's a born liar, a born thief, and a born murderer. A born pedophile, a born homosexual. Why we say born? Because he come out the womb and seeing nothing wrong with this shit that he does. He's gonna see it when he gets exterminated off the face of the planet after his 1,000 years of slavery. He gonna understand it then. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. 7 means completion. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. That's not what they do. Let's go.
Get their money back. All of those banks still exist and still have all their money, and it's all accumulated wealth.
See? Stole these people's money, kept it in the bank. And guess what? They about to do it again. Because right now they're in the process. I've seen some videos where some of these major banks, they're not giving these people their money. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. The ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Especially if the ruler is an Edomite. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So all this, when he get behind the podium and start lying, you better take heed and beware. Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See? Psalm chapter 7, verse 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity. He have conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Get some more of this video again.
White people from that particular time in that area were able to get their money back.
I know they will.
This is why reparations are necessary to atone for our actions.
Reparations of some worthless monopoly money. See what Esau don't understand because he's so base. The reason the Lord put it on your spirit to deny us reparations is a good thing. Good for us, bad for you. You know why? Because the Edomites, the Amalekites, and these other 16 nations are the reparation. You don't believe it? Yeah, we're gonna own your ass. Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Psalm chapter 149, verse 6. Let the high praise of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Verse 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen, punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Verse 9. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise you, the Lord. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and yet will choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Trying to get mercy, trying to kiss ass for mercy. Now we still gonna beat y'all asses, Yahweh Supply. Because it was written that we gonna beat y'all asses. You don't believe it? Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 25 and show you. Y'all ass whooping is written prophecy. And it's well deserved. It's so overdue. And I just want to give a shout out to the White House, to the elites, to all these people that, all these Edomites and Amalekites thinking they're getting away with something. You ain't getting away with shit. Matter of fact, I want to salute you on a tremendous job of destroying your own kingdom and bringing this nightmare to an end. So when the Lord puts us back on top, Yahweh, it's over for you. Ezekiel chapter 25, start at verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. These were towns inhabited by Edomites. You are people before you are placed. So he's talking about the people. Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, y'all got asked if it's coming. And for the Israelites that's issuing out the ass whoopers, put hell on them. Because it's written, those that show no mercy shall have no mercy, brother, paraphrasing the scripture. Then the Israelites that's gonna be issuing out the ass whoopers, Esau, they're gonna be in new immortal bodies. We're gonna live forever in our prime forever. But you, Esau, Amalek, and those other 16 nations, y'all gonna continue to die and come back and be born back into slavery, just like we would. But we only had to do it 500 years. Y'all got to do it for 1,000. Everything y'all did to us, you getting it back double. Every drop of blood, Israelite blood you shed, you got to shed 2 drops. And everything you stolen, you gonna give back double. Y'all stupid as hell, man. Y'all know this is gonna happen to you, yet you still pushing through. And you call that intelligence, putting yourself in captivity, destroying your own kingdom? That is not intelligent at all. A dumbass is what a dumbass does. Ain't shit intelligent about destroying your own kingdom and putting yourself into captivity. That show you how base he is. He believes his own lies. Oh, that's the spirit right there. Check it out. Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 13. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, and useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. Woe means destruction. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment, not righteous judgment. They refuse to do righteous judgment. You can't expect the wicked to be righteous judges. That does not happen. That's like trying to mix oil and water. It's not going to happen. Psalms 137, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served up. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones, alligator bait. Yeah, it's payback coming for that too. Sirach chapter 14, verse 8. The envious man hath a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despises men. See, he a big front too. He'll smile in your face, acting like he cool with you, trying to get you to let your guard down. But when he turn his face, he balled up in the face. He hates you. Check this out. Sirach chapter 14, verse 9. And covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion. That's Esau. He wanted it all. And the iniquity of the wicked drives up his soul. And even if he get it all, everything ain't enough. Let me see if I can find that. See something about. Oh, let me see. How did it- it'll come. Let me see if I can find it. It might be wrote down here somewhere. Yeah, this man think he ain't got nothing to pay for. He think the Lord just gonna roll out the red carpet to the kingdom for him. He ain't got to pay back nothing. That's another reason why he goes so hard. Reckless. Romans chapter 3, verse 18. There is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. That's a fool. Psalm chapter 14, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They are corrupt and have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Here it is right here. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5. Yeah, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home. Y'all in other people's country, all on your land, trying to take your land. See what I'm saying? The world does not need you, Esau. After you build this kingdom, you out. who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Is that not a characteristic of Esau? Everything ain't enough for this clown. So eventually, something's going to give. And you know what? You know when it's going to give? World War III pop off. Those missiles destroy this bitch. And the Lord come back and put them in chains. That's when it's going to give. That's when everybody had enough of this clown. Lying, murdering, stealing, the whole shit. Let me start over. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, he keeps at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. Is that not what the WEF trying to do right now? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. See, he think he just man like that. Now the Lord got you in a trick bag. He giving you enough rope to hang yourself, dummy. And you gonna walk right into it like the dumbass you are. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Just like us. We had to pay for everything our fathers did, forefathers did. You Edomites that's here today, y'all about to pay for everything your forefathers did unto us. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Since y'all want this depopulation so bad, your population is about to be drastically reduced. Genesis chapter 9, verse 6, we about to close. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yahweh made he man. See, there's balance. Everything you did is going to come back around to you and bite you in the ass double. Numbers chapter 35, verse 19. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay. Let's keep going. Numbers chapter 35, verse 21. Or in enmity smite him with his hand that he die. He that smote him shall be surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he beateth him. Remember the Lord said, when he come back, he shall not meet thee as a man, but as a power. Yeah, it's real, son. 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 11. How much more when the wicked man have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed? Shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hand and take you away from the earth? The answer is yes. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 16. For their feet run to evil, they make haste to shed blood. And that's still going on to this day, if not more. Let's get the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. You got away with shit. The Lord just letting you run your tab up, and he gonna want all of it back in full. No partial payments. He gonna want all that blood back in one lump sum. No payments. See, that's the spirit. Sirach chapter 27, verse 27. He that worketh mischief shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. Verse 30, malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have both. And I want to get one of my favorites, and we're going to close. Because the point being made, y'all ain't got to win the shit. If anything, you making it worse. But the Lord knew you was a hard-headed bastard when he created you. And yes, you are a bastard because you don't have a father. Let's get Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. This is your ultimate end, Esau. And you can go and throw Amalek in there too, because y'all the same nation. Amalek is Esau's grandson. Y'all the same blood. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. So, after your 1,000 years of slavery and service to the Israelites, rebuilding our kingdom for free, you will be rounded up and exterminated like the viruses you are. It don't matter how I feel about it. Don't matter how nobody feel about it. It's written. It's going to happen. And it's just like you told us when it came to Tulsa, Oklahoma, all those black massacres, the drowned towns, the sundown towns, everything that's going on, Rosewood, Wilmington, North Carolina, the Devil's Punch Bowl in Mississippi, all the atrocities that went on in the South, all the atrocities that y'all did to us in other parts of the country as well, in other parts of the world, how you dogged us out, how you took our shit, you took our land, you took our houses, you took our lives, you took our property, you took our money, you took our identity, our history, our heritage, our culture. And what did you tell us? You told us to get over it, right? Check this out, Esau. You sold your birthright. And it's spoken. The Lord is written that you will be exterminated from the face of the planet. Get over it. Call all you Lala Hayana Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, Mashiach, Wamalaki, by Hashem Hawa, Pakodash, Baraka Thumb, the water, by